Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. Dante went to see how Cody was doing at the Quartermain stables. Dante reported to Cody that Sasha had been packed and prepared for her departure when he had visited with her. While Dante sympathized with Sasha's wish to go on and start over somewhere new with no unpleasant memories, Cody acknowledged that he thought Sasha had made the wrong choice. While Dante reassured his friend that Sasha appeared to be doing well, he was interested in learning about Cody's health. With a brusque reply, Cody said he was all right but had to return to work. Dante surprised Cody by offering to assist. After Cody threw Dante an apple for Trigger, the two men approached the restroom. Cody combed Trigger's coat while Danny fed the horse an apple. Given that Cody had made a mistake, Cody surmised that Dante was concerned about him. Danny clarified that he had been worried about a friend because Sasha had left town and Cody had experienced a lot. Dante was certain that Cody harbored affections for Sasha, even if Cody reminded her that it had been her decision. Cody acknowledged that it was real. Dante was pleased with Cody's candor and recommended that, because Cody had already told Dante, Sam, and Sasha the truth about the paternity test, he'd tell Mac as well. Dante was positive that Cody secretly desired for Mac to be aware that Mac was his father. Cody refuted it, saying that Mac already had a close-knit family and didn't need to be forced to stay with him for a son. Dante contended that because Mac had broken the law to assist Cody in taking down Montague, it was obvious that Mac trusted Cody. Dante also thought that Mac would be pleased to have Cody as a son, just as he had been proud of Cody for saving Sasha. Although he was moved, Cody remained adamant about his loneliness. By asking Cody to play a Sunday game with Dante, Sam, and the kids, Dante put Cody to the test. With ease, Cody agreed, stating that he felt fortunate to have a friend such as Dante. Following Dante's departure, Cody gave Trigger a carrot and said that Dante had a different life than Cody and was blind to the fact that investing in humans didn't pay off. Cody sensed a noise behind him at that very moment. He turned to find Sasha standing at the doorway. While Liesl was in the hospital, she told Willow about her trip to a spa in Dansk, where she had gone on daily hikes covering miles, as well as regular colonics and ice baths. Livid, Willow inquired if Liesl had covered the cost of that. It was heaven. Only $10,000 a week, Liesl remarked. Liesl looked wonderful, Willow admitted. With a smile on her face, Liesl said she felt like herself again and that she would really like to go back to the spa with Willow and Nina. Willow opined that Nina could be reluctant to leave her new spouse behind. What? Inquired Liesl. As soon as Willow noticed Liesl hadn't heard the news, she gave an explanation, explaining that Nina and Sonny had decided to elope at the last minute. Liesl's pain subsided, but she continued to inquire. Willow had to acknowledge that the newlyweds had been joined by a tiny wedding party. Although Liesl had her reservations, Willow was positive that Nina would have welcomed her if Liesl hadn't been away at the spa. Willow agreed that it was a good philosophy, so Liesl changed the subject and asked how Willow was doing. To Willow's surprise, Liesl decided to move on because she had learned during her time in Dansk to stay in the present and be thankful and curious about what was going on in the here and now. Since Willow and Michael had become closer and things had improved with Nina, Willow reassured Liesl that things couldn't get any better. Willow shared that she thought there was a chance they would get close. Willow pointed out to Liesl that Drew was still incarcerated, even though she felt like everything was sounding wonderful. Since Drew had saved Liesl and Willow's lives, Liesl concurred that his imprisonment was unjust. But Willow spoke up about Harmony's unsettling nightmares when Liesl realized that something else was bothering her. Classic Freudian, Liesl called it. Liesl clarified that Willow's subconscious was attempting to warn her to remain vigilant and shield herself from her greatest fear. That the uncertainty and struggle you've been through will return, said Liesl. Liesl argued that it was a false dream and counseled Willow to disregard it as she had a bright and promising future. one that included Nina. Trina and Ava had a nice reunion in the neighborhood coffee shop. Ava assured Trina that she was okay when she questioned how she was doing. Ava reassured Trina that she wouldn't lose her, and Trina became tearful as she declared she couldn't. Ava sidestepped Trina's inquiry by stating that it didn't matter as long as Mason was in custody and received the appropriate penalty. Trina was interested as to why Mason had abducted her friend. Ava said that she wanted to move on from the past for Avery's sake, but they briefly discussed the terrifying moments when Dex and Dante had saved her. Ava's strength amazed Trina, but she was more interested in hearing about Trina and Spencer's vacation to New York City. When Trina told Ava about going to museums and looking at the artwork, she brightened up. "You changed my life forever, Ava," Trina admitted, attributing her appreciation of art to Ava. Trina had always had a fantastic eye, Ava contended. They talked about how much they loved art, and Ava said that Trina was a remarkable young woman. Touched, Ava revealed that she was happy that Portia had been willing to let Trina work with Ava, because not everyone would have. Trina confessed that she loved her mother and both of her fathers, but that she thought of Ava as a second mom. Trina reassured Ava that Portia was aware of Ava's significance to her. Ava started crying when she talked about losing Kiki. Ava clarified that Trina was one of the only people in her life that genuinely cared about her and didn't have any ulterior motives. The intimate moment ended, and the topic of Trina's romantic retreat returned. Trina displayed the pendant Spencer had given her to Ava. Ava recognized that Trina had been talking about Esme when she mentioned that she and Spencer had returned to reality. Trina acknowledged that Spencer still needed a lot of work. If it was meant to be, Ava reassured Trina, then everything will work out. Carly greeted James and Maxie at Kelly's and offered to take their orders. Maxie decided to follow James' lead and ordered a slice of chocolate pie followed by a chicken Caesar salad. James had requested backwards dinner, which consisted of an ice cream sundae followed by a grilled cheese sandwich. Maxie asked James what he was going to dress for Halloween when Carly brought their meal, starting with dessert. James declared that he would like to dress up for trick-or-treating and wear a different costume to school. James didn't need 2 costumes, Maxie cautioned. James was about to respond when Liesl approached. "Of course he does, because Halloween is the most important holiday of the year," said Liesl. James excitedly stood up and gave his grandmother a hug, saying, "Oma." Maxie informed Liesl that they had missed her with a smile. Maxie reminded James that it had been agreed he would have the full grilled cheese sandwich before he gave Liesl the other half. Liesl calmed James down by reminding him that he needed to pay attention to his mother. Maxie swiftly excused herself after spotting Lucy in the courtyard. Liesl took a seat and informed James that she could dress up for Halloween as either a NASCAR driver or an Alpine maiden. James opted for the latter. Martin and Lucy embraced and kissed each other in Kelly's courtyard. Lucy could have used a glass of wine afterward, so she questioned why he had suggested they meet at Kelly's rather than Metro Court once they were seated. Martin clarified that he was curious about where she had disappeared to earlier and had hoped it would be more personal. Lucy expressed regret for leaving Martin unseated. She disclosed that she had wanted to force it down Tracy's throat, but Tracy hadn't been there, so she'd had chosen to go to the Quartermain mansion to sign the agreement handing Tracy 51% of deception. Martin said it had been a blessing, but Lucy was upset that Tracy had attempted to sabotage Lucy's artistic vision in addition to blackmailing her out of her controlling interest in deception. Martin was informed by Tracy about Tracy's choice to have Sasha return as the face of deception. Martin was taken aback by Lucy's objection. Although Lucy insisted that she loved Sasha, she also said that choosing a new face of deception would benefit everyone more, particularly since Sasha had made the decision to move out of town. Martin made the argument that Lucy owed Sasha an explanation of her options. Lucy snarled, insisting she discovered the ideal candidate to take Sasha's post. Lucy reassured him that Blaze was stunning and an amazing vocalist, and she was convinced that a performance on the Home and Heart channel would boost sales. Lucy clarified that Tracy would not be involved in her plan, which would save Deception. Lucy's smile vanished as Maxie left. "Tracy's right," declared Maxie. "If Sasha hadn't been the face of Deception, Blaze would have been a fantastic option," Maxie said. Maxie countered that Lucy had been told to phone Sasha. Despite Lucy's argument that Sasha had made the decision to relocate to Texas, Maxie reminded Lucy that they owed Sasha another chance because she had been crucial to getting Deception off the ground. Sonny informed Brick at his office about Dante and Dex rescuing Ava from Mason. Brick brought up Cyrus's release, and Sonny disclosed that it was one of the reasons he had shortened his honeymoon. Brick disclosed that he had learned the judge, who had freed Cyrus, was a board member of an organization dedicated to lowering recidivism. Though Sonny was certain Cyrus had given to the foundation in exchange for his freedom, Sonny was also keen to find out what Cyrus's next course of action would be. Brick gave Sonny a document and confirmed what Sonny had suspected, that Cyrus was Mason and Austin's supervisor. Sonny disclosed to Brick that he had spoken to Selena and reminded her who was in control as they talked about Cyrus' involvement in Sonny's recent run-in with the cops. Brick was given the task by Sonny to thoroughly examine Cyrus's finances. Carly went into the office a short while later to speak with Sonny. Sonny revealed that Carly had informed him that Cyrus had been freed as Brick and Carly hugged one another. Carly disclosed that she had visited Pentonville to set up a meeting with Drew, but she had been informed that he was not allowed to have any guests. Sonny made the decision to give someone a call to see what was going on. Carly asked Brick to drop by Kelly's when Sonny left the office. Admittedly, Brick said he would never grow accustomed to referring to another woman as Mrs. Corinthos. With a laugh, Carly called him out for being a brazen flatterer. How many Mrs. Corinthoses had he known? She wondered. "A few," stated Brick. Carly informed Brick that she wished Sonny and Nina happiness, but he reiterated that she would always be number one. Carly said, "Well, I wish Sonny happiness." Brick brought up how Carly and Jason had stopped Cyrus while Sonny was away as they conversed. "You mean when his new wife let us all believe he was dead?" asked Carly. Though she quickly regretted what she had said, Brick reassured her that he had not heard anything. They hugged again after Carly requested Brick to watch after Sonny. Shortly after, Sonny came back and disclosed that Drew had been placed in isolation for his own security. Brick implied that Pentonville was either unaware of the attacker's identity or chose not to find out. Sonny told Carly that as long as Drew stayed in solitary confinement, he would be safe, but Carly countered that Drew wouldn't be safe until he was released from custody. Carly informed Brick about Alex's revelation of improper behavior by the judge who had convicted Drew after Sonny reminded her that Alexis had been working on it. Sonny pledged to find a solution for Cyrus and to assist Drew in getting out of jail. Nina was beaming as she greeted Michael at Crimson. When Michael brought up having seen Sonny earlier, Nina gave him her word that she would stop at nothing to ensure that she and Sonny had a good life together. She changed the subject and informed Michael that she had regretted seeing him and Willow depart the island so soon after the wedding. Michael didn't say much. When she and Sonny went back to the island for a longer visit, she offered that Michael, Willow, and the children come along. Michael stated, "I don't see that happening." Nina reassured him that they could choose a date that suited everyone, assuming that the problem was one of scheduling. Michael made it clear that his family would not be benefiting from it and that they would not be seeing Nina frequently going forward. Perplexed, Naaman inquired about the new understanding they had come to when Michael and Willow went to Wiley's wedding. Michael clarified that Willow had consented as that had been his father's wish. Nina stated that during the wedding, Michael had appeared sincere in his happiness for Sonny and Nina. Nina had felt the hostility between them evaporate, and she was positive that it hadn't been an act. Michael was so angry that he asked Nina what was secret. He played Martin's confession from the recording that he had taken out. Nina asked, "Where did you get that?" Michael said she needed to worry more about what he was going to do with the tape. Given that Michael had obviously not given Sonny access to the recording previously, Nina questioned what he wanted after he resigned. She was quick to assure Michael that she hadn't broken any laws, even though he had warned her that the possibility remained open. In contrast to your mom and Drew, Nina remarked. She insisted on finding out how much Michael's quiet cost. Michael yelled, "I want you to stay away from Willow forever." "But that's only going to make her suspicious," he replied. Michael told Nina that she could not approach Willow or the kids without his approval. Reminding him that they had a great time on the island, Nina was furious, but Michael would not give up easily. She said, "Me get off that easy?" Nana yelled, "Your mother kept both of my daughters from me." Michael was reminded by Nina that until Nell's passing, she was unaware that Nell was her daughter. Nana remarked, "But did Carly know?" "Yes, she did." Michael countered that nobody could have helped Nell, despite Nina's assertion that she could have been able to. Reminding him that Nell was Wiley's mother and her daughter infuriated Nina. "So be careful," she said, because Carly had waited until Willow had been literally dying to reveal that Willow was Nina's daughter. Nina accused Carly of putting her through anguish once more. Although Nina conceded that some people would be a little angry, she would not agree to Michael's conditions. "I'm not going to ask your permission to see my child," Nina replied. She stated that she wanted Carly to be held accountable, which is why she turned in Drew and Carly. Although Nina acknowledged that her choice had been rash, she promised to give Willow an explanation. Michael questioned Nina, looking at her incredulous, whether she knew what Drew meant to Willow. "With it, I know he helped her," Nina replied. Michael said, "He saved her life." The man who had saved Nina's kid had been thrown to prison, where Drew had been beaten almost to death, he pointed out. He questioned Nina's sincerity in thinking Willow would pardon her. Nina countered that she never meant for Drew to suffer harm. "Bad things always do happen when it comes to you," Nina stated Michael. He reminded her that Sonny would not have been happy to learn that his new wife had placed Drew in jail, and that Carly had lost everything because he had been working to keep Drew safe behind bars. Michael reminded Nina that she had remained silent while Ned was wrongly accused of giving the SEC information, even though Nina was sure she could explain everything to Sonny. Nina became more and more frantic, but Michael remained steadfast in his resolve to keep his family safe from Nina. He commanded her to give Carly back her half of Metro Court and warned her to avoid Willow and the kids until he gave her permission. Carly couldn't afford to buy it, Nina pointed out in shock, but Michael encouraged her to make the purchase. Nina insisted it was excessive. Michael stated, "Take it or leave it." Willow knocked on the door and went into the office before Nina could respond. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.